Have you ever heard of spawnism? Probably not. And yet it's been here the whole time, lurking in the background of your favorite games, whispered in Roblox servers, and memed in obscure Discord chats that only 3 people ever check. Spawnism is not a religion, and yet it kind of is. It's not a lifestyle, and yet for some, it's the only way to live. At its core, spawnism is the philosophy of the respawn, the belief that life, like a game, is just an endless cycle of spawning, dying, and spawning again. Today, I'm going to take you on a journey through the bizarre history of spawnism, its mysterious origin, and the strange rituals and rules that have somehow built a tiny but dedicated community of believers. And while I ramble about this digital cult, please enjoy me getting absolutely demolished in Arsenal for the next 20 minutes straight. The earliest whispers of spawnism can be traced back to 2008, long before Arsenal even existed. According to unverified internet rumors, and let's be real, those are the best kind, spawnism started in an ancient Halo 3 custom lobby. Imagine it. 2 players kept dying and respawning over and over. One of them typed in chat, "Life is just spawn, die, spawn again." And that was it. A philosophy was born. Of course, like any ridiculous internet belief, spawnism spread really, really slowly at first. It lived in Minecraft servers, in Roblox obbies, and in the rare, mystical YouTube comment sections of 2012. The ones that always had a weird kid typing "first" and another guy typing "who's watching this in 2049?" By 2015, a small Discord community dedicated to spawnism had formed. They had posted screenshots of respawn screens like they were holy relics. They wrote fake scriptures like, "And lo, the block man fell. And lo, he spawned again." And if that doesn't sound like the most unserious religion you've ever heard of, just wait until we get to the rules of spawnism. At its core, spawnism has 3 sacred beliefs. 1. Respawn is inevitable. Spawnism believes that every failure in life is just a respawn moment. Failed a test? Respawn. Got ratioed on Twitter? Respawn. Got spawn killed in Arsenal because you were checking Discord? Respawn. The second one is that the spawn point is sacred. True followers never take the spawn point for granted. They claim that where you spawn determines your destiny. In Arsenal, if you spawn in a corner, they call it the quiet corner, a place for reflection, right before someone with a golden gun deletes you from existence. The last one is never rage quit. Rage quitting is the ultimate sin in spawnism. If you leave before you can respawn, you deny the cycle. You reject the sacred loop. In their words, to leave the server is to leave life itself. So I guess you just can't leave. Some followers even do rituals in-game, standing still for exactly 7 seconds after following, typing "bless this spawn" in the chat at the start of each match. Do they take it seriously? Well, kind of. I joined one of their games once and said spawn is fake, and 3 of the people immediately jumped off the map in protest. Now here's where it gets weird. Spawnism, for reasons I will never understand, has a surprisingly dedicated online presence. You can find spawnist memes. They're usually just a screenshot of a respawn screen with text like "me after failing math class." YouTube channels. Yes, some people unironically upload compilations of them respawning in-game. There's even a small war going on between spawnists and something called checkpointism, which is a rival belief that checkpoints are superior because respawns without checkpoints are meaningless. One spawnist posted, "Checkpoints are lies. Only true spawn gives life." Meanwhile, a checkpointist replied, "Enjoy spawning at the start of the map, loser." Truly a theological debate for the ages. Now, if you've made it this far, you might be wondering, what does an actual spawnist do all day? Well, from what I've observed, a spawnist day starts with the morning spawn. This is a ritual where they simply wake up. That's it. But they call it spawning. They might post something like "IRL spawn complete. Time to collect XP." XP being coffee. Then they log into a game. Arsenal, Minecraft, Fortnite, whatever Roblox game, I don't even know. And they will intentionally die at least once. They call this the daily reset. It's supposed to cleanse your mind and remind you that life is just one long respawn timer. Some even take it offline. I once found a spawnism forum where someone said they sit in a chair for 5 minutes to simulate spectator mode, stand up dramatically to spawn, and then they go to school or work like normal. Honestly, I respect it. That's dedication to the bit. And if you think I'm joking, remember, People really do weird stuff for their online communities. There's people out there who pray to Shrek, worship the Doge, and even roleplay as elevators. So a guy pretending to respawn every morning? Honestly, that's pretty tame. Alright, buckle in your seatbelts, because this is about to get a whole lot darker. We're going to be moving on to the culty side of things, where some pretty damn bad stuff happens. So just prepare yourself. Okay, so in Roblox, spawnism isn't just a meme. It's a real sub-community that's been quietly spreading across games like Forsaken and, other games like that. They might just say, bless the spawn in chat. They might intentionally jump off the map to complete the circle like I mentioned earlier. Some even make funny t-shirts or game passes about respawning forever. But behind the joke is a small but real group of Roblox players who take it way more seriously than they should. I found that spawnism mostly lives in private Roblox groups and invite-only Discord servers. The public side, that's just the tip of the iceberg. Inside these private spaces, members are taught to worship the spawn point. They treat respawning like a sacred ritual. Some even spam respawns by repeatedly jumping off maps. Behind the silly praise the spawn sayings and the funny moments of people jumping off the map, there's a very real and very dangerous side of this community. In these private groups, everything revolves around control. Members are pressured to follow the rules, isolate themselves from friends, and prove loyalty by constantly playing and respawning. But it goes even further. One name kept coming up again and again and again, and that name was Chesbull. Chesbull was seen as a leader figure in some of the more extreme spawnist circles. In public servers, he came across as just another funny player making jokes about respawns, but in private, multiple ex-members have shared deeply concerning stories. I do advise that you proceed in this story with caution because it gets very, very sensitive for a while to hear what it's like from the inside. They say that Chesbull would chat privately with younger players, encouraging them to stay loyal, isolating them from friends outside the group, and in some cases, crossing serious boundaries with minors. It didn't stop there. Former members have described the emotional pressure of being in these groups. If you left, if you broke the cycle, you were labeled a failed spawn or a broken respawn. People were harassed across servers. Some kids were even encouraged to hurt themselves or felt like they had to in order to prove a loyalty to the group. I want to pause here for a moment because this is where the jokes stop. This is real. When an online group makes players, especially kids, feel like their self-worth depends on staying in a Roblox cult, that's really dangerous. And I don't want to sound like a cornball when I'm saying this, but if you're watching this video and you've been a part of something like this, leave the group, block the users, and report them to Roblox moderation. And most importantly, talk to a trusted adult about what's going on. And if you've been affected emotionally or you're struggling with the thoughts of self-harm because of online pressure, in the United States, you can call or text 988, the Suicide and Crisis Helpline. If you're outside the U.S., there are local crisis helplines and youth support hotlines that can help. No meme, no game, and no spawn cycle is worth your safety or your life. Okay, but after all the bad people, I interviewed someone, and they're actually really nice and, they're just really nice. Here's a short clip of the interview to prove that not everybody in this spawnist community is a bad person. Matter of fact, they're actually out for good. Here's that little interview audio clip thing. So, can you tell me more about what spawnism means to you?
Spawnism means to me, as I explained in the last thing, if you're kind to someone and kind to yourself, you will get a second life that way. Self-harming or any self-destructive behaviors or hating on someone, bullying someone is not going to get you that second life. That's why I believe in more respect and kindness will get you that way. That's what spawnism is to me.
Okay. But yeah, that's the good part of spawnism. I'm gonna end the video there because I don't have much else to talk about. I've been yapping my head off for the last hour trying to make this video. But yeah. If you did enjoy the video, and want a part 2, get this thing to 10 likes and I'll do a part 2. But if you watched this far, I thank you so much for watching, and I hope you have a blessed day, and I'll see you in the next one. Peace out. Stop recording.